back to our channel.
So today, guys, we're going to introduce like a new sort of segment that we're going to have on our channel. We're going to interview completely ordinary, average people, some that we know, some that we maybe don't know so well, and we're going to we're going to interview them about either something that they're passionate about, something they're talented at, something completely random. And so it just gives you sort of like an insight on other people's perspectives of life, and like you just learn new things. Anyway, so we're going to introduce our first guest. Coming. Do you want to introduce yourself a little bit, maybe? Name,
like who I am to you guys.
What do you study? Who you are to us?
Okay, so my name's Habiba and I study in...
No, we don't say where we study, babe.
No. Sorry! I study in the same university as them, and I study Arabic and history. And I'm her first cousin, so our mums are sisters.
Yeah.
And then like me and Fats were the first people to get to know each other in uni. We're like each other's first friend.
You stole my first friend like
No. I don't say that, it's just funny because we were like the first people we met and became friends with each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, she's like my first uni friend.
I can imagine that a lot of people who don't know like people who wear the veil or the niqab would have a lot of questions about it, and it's like sort of like a hot topic in the media right now because of all the controversy going around the world, etc, etc. So let me ask you, when did you first start wearing your niqab and what made you want to wear it in the first place?
Okay, so I've been wearing it for 2 years. And the reason I was in Egypt when I first started wearing it, and like I just wanted to try it because I had made a few friends who started wearing it, and I thought, you know, let me try it. Also because in Egypt, obviously the men there are just disgusting. Yeah, so you've been, you know, so it's like I kind of felt uncomfortable on the street, so that's one of the reasons I wanted to start wearing it. But after that, and I didn't plan on wearing it in England, I was like, I'm not going to wear it in England, like there's no need, like it's just while I'm here. But then I grew to love it. The reasons I wear it now is different. Like not completely, it's part of it, but it's deeper than that. It's not just
obviously it was in a different environment as well.
Yeah.
Because when you're in Egypt, that's how it's like. But then when you come here, obviously I don't. Yeah, people have.
Yeah, exactly.
What were your parents' reactions to like your family, your friends?
So
like, how did they
I was
react?
living with my brother in Egypt, and only he knew, and no one in my family knew.
Yeah, we didn't know until she came back.
It was hilarious. So I was like, I'm not going to tell anyone, and when people see me in England and I come back, then they'll see me wearing it. I don't know why, I just didn't want to tell people because I wanted to keep my intentions pure and not wear it so people are like, oh, Habiba's wearing a niqab kind of thing. So I just wanted to do it for myself, and also I wasn't sure if I was going to continue wearing it. My mum, she didn't want me to wear it because of like safety issues. She didn't mind in Egypt. She didn't know either. It was only when I came back she knew. And my sister was, she was like, she couldn't believe it. She was like, thought I was playing a prank because everyone was going to be like, you're going to change when you come back. No. And I was like, I'm not going to change. Like, I'm still the same, even though I kind of did. Aisha was like, I'm not going to believe it until I see it. I'm not going to believe it until I see it. Even though she
told us on the group chat.
Even though she saw pictures, she's like, I'm not going to believe it. And then I saw her.
I actually remember.
And then she was like, oh my god, I can't believe it.
How does wearing niqab make you feel? Like in comparison to when you didn't wear it and now when you do wear it?
I always feel aware of it. Like, so when I'm on the street, everyone that looks at me, I'm always thinking, how are they looking at me as a niqabi?
Yeah. Are they judging you?
The whole like concept of niqab is meant to be sort of like people look at you less because it's like ancient and like people don't really know it.
It draws more attention, but then I feel like it's because we're in a Western country, and it's.
I get what you guys mean. Now when people look at me, they're looking at me because they're like, oh, that's interesting, or oh, that's different. And it's kind of like in a way, it's kind of dawah because maybe hopefully they'll see it and then like maybe look into.
And I remember you saying as well, like it's mainly little kids that look at you.
Yeah, I kind of took it off when I went doorstep because wearing hijab is enough for them. Like they stare at you there, so it's like I don't want to be too much of like an outsider.
Do you think living in the current society that we live in and living in London and with everything that's going on with like islamophobia, etc, etc, do you think that it's the best decision for you to wear it, or do you think it shouldn't matter regardless of the circumstances of your surrounding area?
So when I first came back to London, the islamophobia started to increase a lot. And I was kind of worried, I'm not gonna lie, but I thought let me just try it out and see. And alhamdulillah, like thank Allah, like I've never had any sort of abuse or anything, so I feel like it's Allah protecting me and showing me like continue wearing it.
Not even like verbal abuse.
Literally, the only thing like
Batman, innit?
Yeah, oh look, it's Batman or something. And I just looked at him and he didn't have the cheek to look at me like, and nothing like racist that would upset me or that would make me scared to wear it. Alhamdulillah. So, but obviously other people do get
racially attacked and stuff because
like even just for wearing the hijab, like do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you feel that wearing your niqab, your veil, stops you from getting certain opportunities?
I do feel like it does, but at the end of the day, it's your mindset. Like if I have a mindset where it's like, no, I can do this,
Then
even
you're gonna
in
do
Niqab, then I can do it. Like even going to uni, I was like, no, I'm gonna do it. Like I can do it in Niqab kind of thing.
Oh my god, can I tell them?
Yeah.
Was this
What? I don't know
basically,
what.
you know, Bridging Week?
Yeah.
You were like, I might not. I remember you were like,
Oh, yeah,
I might not work for uni. Like I might
Yeah,
only
I
work for
remember
this
when you were
week
thinking.
because we done this thing called Bridging Week where it was like a week before uni.
Yeah.
Like uni hadn't really started, and then you were like, oh, let me try
That's
it out.
true.
And then
Because I was like,
Because
let me
everything-
try
everyone
wearing
was
it.
normal, yeah.
And if people are nice to me and I feel comfortable, then I'll continue wearing it.
Yeah, yeah, but if
and
like-
alhamdulillah, like it was fine. So I was like, I can do this.
Yeah.
So I did it. Obviously, sometimes I do feel like in relation to jobs and stuff, I do feel like it is going to be a hindrance. And when I graduate and stuff, inshallah, if there's a job opportunity that I want to do and I feel like the niqab would hinder me, I might consider taking it off. But it just depends on how I feel at the moment, because like I said,
but
it's quite
why would you
personal.
consider taking it off?
It's not something that I'm gonna be like, I'm never gonna take it off no matter what. Like,
Okay, yeah,
so I
yeah.
know in the back of my head, like, if I do feel
And
like
because you're
it
not
is
forced to do it
hindering
as
me,
well, like I feel like
Yeah.
that's a point we need to stress.
yeah.
Then like obviously, you can
Like
do
it's
whatever
always
you
been
do.
in my head, like if I do want to take it off, I'll take it off.
So do you wear the niqab for more of a like religious purpose or for more of a self, like a personal thing, or is it more
It's
for like?
both.
I feel like they're interlinked. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's both. Like, because me and my personality, I think niqab protects me from a lot of things. What?
So like, carry on, just carry on.
Kind
girl.
of,
Just-
yeah.
What?
Don't worry.
I know that if I didn't wear niqab, I'd probably just do like certain things that I know I shouldn't do. Whereas niqab, so it kind of protects me from doing those things, and it reminds me like, don't. Can you guys explain to me what the problem is?
I don't know. She's just creasing, man.
What?
going.
Is it, am I going too deep?
No,
No.
no.
It's just funny.
I'm
Just knowing you and it's true.
Obviously, I do it to work to please Allah and because the Prophet's wives, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, like they covered themselves and they covered their face and stuff. So I want to imitate them in the sense that because you'll be with the people on the day of judgment that you imitated. Am I getting too religious thing?
Actually, no. This is the stupidest question. I was gonna be like, how? So, what would you say to the people in society that say, that think, women are oppressed, blah blah blah.
Yeah,
blah, blah,
that's
blah,
a good question.
Like, do you know what
I
I mean?
understand where they're coming from, but
Why
at the end,
though? Why? I don't.
but let me finish.
Alright.
But it's ignorance, because if
100%.
you go and speak to me, I will tell you I'm not oppressed. Like if anything,
You'll see my girl out 1 a.m. in the night.
No.
She's
trust me, I don't listen to people when they
house.
tell me what to do. I'm not oppressed in that sense. I'm not doing it because anyone's forcing me or telling me to do it. I'm doing it honestly because it's 100% something I want to do. No one else.
But wait, where do you think it comes from?
It
Like,
comes
this
from
view that
obviously
people
the
are oppressed?
media and
Do you
like,
think that-
I
Okay,
it's the whole
understand in the
cover-
sense
it's the
like why are you
concept
covering
of
your
covering.
face for a man or
Yeah.
like why aren't men covering? I understand
Yeah.
it's
And
true
some
in
people
Saudi
are
Arabia
forced,
exactly
yeah. Some people are
people
forced,
are
it is
forced
important,
quite a lot. Sadly that kind of dominates the whole hijab concept. But if you think about it, I feel like it liberates me, if anything, rather than oppressing me, because I can be who I want to be. You're not judging me on
No
who I
one
look
can
like.
see.
This is a really important part, by the way, because this is why I wear it as well. Like in today's society, women are very much judged on how they look, their appearance, if you're pretty or not. Whereas me, like I can come to you and you're not going to judge me on how I look. You're going to judge me
Or
on
like
what
your
I'm saying,
personality, yeah.
my intellect, like who I am, rather than how I look.
You know, like how naked women or people that just like, I don't know, dress however they want to dress, like quite revealing. They're seen as sort of like free, but when you actually think about it, I feel like they're the ones that are oppressed, but they don't know. You're like abiding by
Yeah, you're
standards.
fulfilling men's desires.
It's like
literally.
you're brainwashed, but you just don't know. Do you know what I mean?
It's funny because they think we're following men or like doing things because men
Just
are telling us
because
to.
men
But
want you to do
we're-
it.
honestly, I'm not doing it because no man has told me to. But and also, when you walk out like that, like naked and stuff, you're fulfilling men's desires. That's how they want you to dress because it pleases them. So if anything,
And a lot of people
you're a
will
slave
say-
to men by doing that.
A lot of women I feel will say, I'm doing it for myself though.
Yeah.
I want to dress like this because I want to look pretty for myself. But like,
Slightly, that's true,
I
because
think
I wear
in the-
makeup and I'm like, that's for me.
Makeup-
But I feel like to an extent, like, or like, sometimes you just want to dress nice. And my mum's
yeah,
like,
fair
what are you
enough.
doing?
That is actually true. No, 100%. Okay, we're not going
To some
You know,
extent,
because also
yeah.
I want to say that if you do walk out naked, at the end of the day, I'm not someone to say you're oppressed, you're
Exactly,
this.
yeah.
It's your free choice, but don't come
to
to me and say I'm oppressed or like women who cover are oppressed. At the end of the day, we live in a free world, a liberal world. Everyone's free to do what they want. But as a Muslim, I'm choosing to follow the rules God has set for me because I believe that's what's best for mankind. So that's why I cover, and that's why I don't think it's good to be uncovered when you go out. But if you want to do that, you
That
can do
makes
that.
sense,
because we
right,
live in a free
moving on,
world.
yeah.
Do you think, like, honestly, tell me, do you think just looking at you face value that you look scary? I'm not joking.
What kind of question is that?
Sometimes I do feel like I look a bit scary, especially if my eyes look tired and I'm like, oh, and like I'm not smiling and I'm just a bit dead, yeah. But like if I've kind of just, because that's, I also put a bit of makeup on sometimes underneath just so like my eyes can look a bit brighter and look a bit more less like
Tired.
scary and tired.
Obviously, because I'm Muslim and I know Niqab is just normal girls, but like say I wasn't and I was outside, I would probably feel a bit sort of intimidated to approach you if I saw you on the street because of how you're dressed. So like,
I 100% understand.
Do you feel like maybe you should switch up the colour sometimes?
Yeah, that's what I was
Guys,
gonna
I
say.
try to wear colour all the time. Like I wear something coloured almost every day, but it's because this part's black, so that's all people see. So it's like you wear black, but it's like
I know,
I
you
always
know,
try
like,
to wear something that's not black.
I feel like, you know, people think that black is meant
it's meant to
Islamic
be
or something, but
yeah.
it's not. They just choose to wear black.
I
Like,
just
we
wear
just
black
choose to wear
everything,
black
'cause it's the easiest
Like
thing.
you can wear pink niqab if you want, purple niqab, whatever you want.
Yeah.
But, so what do you think about the whole like burkini brand? What the hell? Burkini
Niqab
brand.
brand.
Like,
Just
niqab
about
brand.
not the bikini band, just the Niqab
Same,
brand.
but it's all like, do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
It's
the
all
whole
linked,
brand.
fam.
It's just hilarious because they're so hypocritical. Like
Like,
they say we're free and we're liberated and everyone has the freedom to do what they want, but
It's
stopping
actually
women
dumb
from
as well.
wearing
It's
what
just
they
the
want.
dumbest ban in the world, I think.
it's hilarious. And then also it's so funny because they're being secular and stuff and trying to stop religion, but if people want to practice religion, that should be their freedom to practice religion. It doesn't even make sense because they ban
That's
the cross and
oppressive,
stuff
bro.
as well. Like,
obviously, yeah.
so
that's-
whether it's banning the hijab or banning someone wearing a cross, that's not freedom.
I know, you know why it's contradictory? You know, like when nuns wear their...
Yeah.
Like, we could just walk around in nun outfits and all of a sudden, like, I feel like we'd be calm. Like, do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
To be fair, we don't. I feel like when have you ever seen a nun, babe?
I've seen
You do
men
every now and
on-
again.
Are you mad?
No, but the point is, they're not looked at as oppressed. They're looked at as
but why
following
not?
God's
Yeah.
And like
rules.
they're like
Why
righteous
can't we
and,
be
like,
seen as that? Do you
So
know
exactly.
what
So why it's true? Like why can't we
Mm.
be seen as someone who's just righteous and following God's rules?
I mean? So you know, like in Saudi Arabia, I think when non-Muslims go there, they have to cover to some extent, right?
Yeah.
So they need to follow their sort of like guidelines, and I feel like a lot of British people say, or like people that are against the niqab. So when you come to the West, why don't you like sort of? Why are you trying to be different? Obviously, why can't you go by British values? Like, what do you think?
Yeah,
of
no, I
that?
understand
They'll be like, why are you
I feel
wearing
like,
the
can I say
niqab?
one thing? I feel like, do you know when it's when you go to the religious places in those countries, like for example, if like when we went to Jerusalem and we went to the masjid there, the mosque there, the main mosque, regardless of like who you were, what faith you had to cover up. Like even I was wearing a hijab, yeah, and I was wearing like trousers and they didn't let me in, and like I still
No
was wearing-
way.
Yeah, like, you
Because
have
at the end of the
because
day-
it's a very respectable, very religious, very holy site, and like that's understandable. Like,
Yeah,
do you get me? But
But I
if
mean,
you're just
no, but
walking
even
the
in
streets of
Saudi,
London,
though, do
like,
you not
London's
wear
not.
hijab?
I don't know. Saudi's
I don't know,
different,
like,
though,
do you know,
that's a
no,
bit-
but I'm saying, like,
can I
okay,
say-
this
can I
is the
say
example
something?
they use. They're like, so you come to Britain, but why are you covering
Yeah,
up?
I have an answer to it.
Yeah.
Basically, when you look at religion, right, and you look at the pious people in the past, they're modest people, right? Nuns and stuff like that, and saints and whatever.
Even Mary.
Exactly, Mary. She was, a virgin and stuff like that. So modesty in religion is.
Don't
Okay,
bring
keep
virginity into modesty, Habiba.
No, go on,
What?
go on.
No, I'm talking about.
Actually,
What? I'm not talking about that. I'm just modesty in religion and covering up is something seen as righteous, right? When you're going to like a place like Saudi Arabia, which is Mecca and Medina, and it's holy sites, you can't expect. You have to cover in a certain way, just like you were saying.
Yeah, you have to be respectful for their people.
And
their
it's the same in a church. Like you're not going to go to a church just in a appropriate way. But in response to like, why do I have to cover
Yeah,
up? When,
in Britain, like.
at the end of the day, you're choosing to go to that country, and those are the country's rules. And I'm not going to go to France because they've banned the niqab. So I'm choosing not to go to France because they've banned it. So if you're choosing to go to Saudi Arabia, you know that that's their rules. Like, okay, even
It's true, no, I certainly understand that.
so, and if I'm choosing to live in this country, right? Hamza, they allow me to wear niqab. It's not banned. Whereas
It's
if
not
they
banned,
were
yeah.
to ban it,
it would be different.
I would have to respect it and maybe, like,
As
obviously.
Muslims, we are meant to follow the laws of our country, regardless of whether they suit us or not, unless they go completely against our religion.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you're meant to, like, God tells us to follow
Like, so
the
if
laws
I
of
was
our
to take my
country.
niqab off because they banned it, hopefully I wouldn't be sinning or anything because, firstly, it's like, I don't think it's compulsory personally, and also it's like a law of the land or whatever. But if I wanted to continue wearing it, then okay, I'll just go to another country then because I can
Yeah.
understand at the end of the day I'm choosing to stay in this country. I can't be breaking their rules if I'm choosing to stay in this country.
Do you have any like last little words that you want to share? Number one, we're not oppressed. That's all I want to say. Yeah, you can see this clearly.
Any advice?
Hashtag not
Advice to
oppressed.
any niqab?
Yes.
Okay, can I give someone like maybe advice?
Go on.
Advice to niqabis who are all people who are considering wearing niqab, but you're scared. You just have to have the self-confidence to do it. Trust me, the first day I came back here and I went out by myself, I was so scared and I left my phone in the shop because I was that scared. But you just have to build your confidence and be confident in what you're doing and who you are. Trust in Allah, know that He's going to protect you. And if it does make you so uncomfortable that you can't even leave the house, then you don't have to wear it, like, because Islam isn't meant to be oppressive, right?
Yeah,
so if you
it's
feel
not
like it's oppressing you, then don't wear it. But it shouldn't oppress you. It shouldn't oppress you. You should feel confident and do what you want to do.
I hope you enjoyed this first, what can we call it, episode of our new series, Act Like This on TV show. But we're going to come back with a lot more interesting characters and informative topics too, hopefully. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Hi guys, welcome back to our channel.
Back. No, can we do it again? Welcome back to our channel.
I'm so funny.
1, 2, 3 goes.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. At the same time.
Sorry, babe.
Anyways.
1, 2, 3 go.
I talk a lot. I actually talk a lot. Like, trust me, I'm the weirdest Niqabi out here. But
No.
so I was like so scared, and I was just like, oh my god, how am I gonna make friends?
Fam, what do you mean? How are you gonna
Yeah,
make
Fats was
friends?
so nice. She was so sweet. I thought she was so beautiful.
Okay.
I thought she was Bangladeshi, which is nothing wrong with that.
I
Obviously,
thought,
but...
you know what? I thought you were. I was.
Oh yeah, she.
Like, you.
Okay, no,
oh
in fact,
my God,
okay, listen, babes, you don't need to shut up. I'm not joking, okay?
I just getting jealous.
No. Maybe
Yeah,
next time you
same.
see one in the street, you can give them a little smile, a little
Yeah, trust me, it'll make their day. Like honestly, when people smile
or
at
just
me,
approach
it
them, say
literally makes
hi.
my day.
Okay.
Wait, yeah.
I'll just like, touch a bit.
Alright, no, guys, let's not
Wait,
move.
come
Like
on.
5 seconds.
Wait, I just need to see.
Otherwise, it's hard to screenshot.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
Touch this one.
Do you have an email?
Dead that, bro. Bye.
No.
She's not. What do you mean she's not?
We'll link her email down below.
No! Basically, I just wanted to say about like job opportunities and having a career with niqab. I mean, I know people who are doctors or like dentists and they wear niqab, right? So it's not the actual niqab that hinders you, because wearing a niqab doesn't like decrease your intellect, obviously. What it is, it's society's perception of you wearing niqab. In general, you can still have a career and still be who you want to be wearing niqab. Like, you can just kind of, yeah, so that's what I wanted to say.